I've been playing RPGs for at least, wow, this is gonna make me feel old, like 21 years. I think I was, maybe it might even be 23 years. I was 8 or 9 when I first played my first D&D. And it was a break from the monotony. So, basically. My favorite thing about being a dungeon master is I have a god complex. I like to control everything. Not so much as I'm getting older, but when I was younger, I had and still to an extent do have a wild imagination. And I like being in charge of, okay, this is the story, and I'm in control of everything. And I like being everybody and everything and thinking up all this stuff, so when my players come away from the table and they're like, man, that was an awesome game, I can just be like, yeah, it was. And I know that it was because of what I put together, and God Complex. My best memory as a player had probably, yeah, it would probably have to be, we were playing D&D 4th, which is garbage and basically World of Warcraft on paper. But we were playing that, and because I don't play a whole lot, so it was a little difficult to, because I'm always the local designated DM. But this game I wound up playing, and we were playing a game of Vampire, no, it was Vampire the Masquerade, not D&D, sorry. We were playing Vampire the Masquerade, and we were doing what's called a round robin DM style, where I DM 2 games, then you DM the 2 games after that. We're playing the same exact game, but it allows everybody to take the story in the direction they want, everybody gets to play, you know, so on and so forth. And one of the games, I was playing Gangrel, my favorite clan in VTM, and we came across a pharmaceutical company that was unknown. They were being paid by the churches to try to get rid of supernatural beings, yada yada yada. So we found like a pill that was like this big, and of course there were good news, it's a suppository jokes going all around. But one of the players, everybody was rolling investigation, stuff like this, trying to figure out what these drugs were doing, so we didn't want to tamper with anything. So nobody could pass anything. And so one of the players decided they were going to eat the pill. So we were just like, we were all joking about him just snaking this pill down, unhinging his jaw just so he can slowly cram this giant pill down his throat. And it wound up ending poorly, but that was just one of the things that stick with us. We still give him crap to this day over like, hey look man, there's some pills there, you want to take them? And just that, but it was hysterical. Maybe he had to be there, but we were dying. We're like, why would you do that? Like, what part of you goes, that's a good idea? And it was hysterical. My favorite part, one of my favorite times DMing, there's a lot. And I would say it's more frustrating than, it was more frustrating than it was fun, but it was also hysterical and fun at the same time. It was actually the story that I was going to mention earlier with the D&D, but I forgot I wasn't playing that one. We were playing D&D 4th Ed, which again is World of Warcraft on paper, not very good, don't play it. We were playing that, and one of the characters, a buddy of mine, he was moving away. So he wanted me to kill his character in this big dramatic grandiose thing, and I was like, Roger, I got this. So I concocted this just convoluted way to get him killed. But he's like, I'm not just gonna let you kill me, I'm gonna try to fight it. And this gives you any indication of why D&D 4th is so bad, because I had him cornered, he was a thief and got caught doing something, and he was in a city, surrounded on all sides, and it took me 7 rounds of combat to kill him because of how the rules work in D&D 4th edition. He was running along walls, dodging arrows, guards were pinning him down, he was succeeding in all of his checks, everything because of how D&D 4th Ed works. And he wound up getting away until I just like dropped the god hammer and was like, this BS thing happens and you just die. But that was probably one of my more memorable moments. Yeah. Or, second side note, or second minor one that I just remembered, we were playing D&D 3rd Ed, maybe 2.5, I don't remember. But we were playing, no, it was Pathfinder, and my players were all level 2. And I made them encounter, no, it was D&D 4th, that's right. They were all 5th level. and I made them fight a baby black dragon, or they had the option to, which normal D&D you should be demolished at level 5, but they had an option. There was a chest of loot, and they could come in and they could get that loot, but it would wake the dragon, or they could just not do it. And I assumed they wouldn't, but they would be tempted to. They fought it, and they beat a baby black dragon at 5th level. But the hysterical part, which also is the asinine part of it, the way recharging dragon breath works in D&D is you always get to recharge at the beginning of the dragon's round and go from there. I recharged that dragon's breath 9 rounds in a row. So it was just 9 rounds of this dragon blowing acid all over everything for 9 rounds in a row until I eventually botched and felt bad for the players and made its acid sacs explode. And that's the only reason why they won, and they still beat him, which is ridiculous. But yeah, those are probably my 2 favorites. My advice to any new DM is don't sweat the small stuff. The easiest and best way to get into DMing is have a general idea of where you want the story to go. Alright, you know that you're gonna have a bad guy do something stupid. The characters are gonna find him. They're gonna find the guy, they're gonna kill him. And just start with that. And don't flush out any details, because your players are gonna screw it up anyways. So when you're writing your story, just do bullet points of things that have to happen. Then it's up to your players on how to do it. And you take what they do and turn it into what you need to have happen. And do it that way. Don't sweat the details, don't do it. If you gotta take a second to think of some small details, then take a second. But other than that, don't sweat those details. Your players are gonna screw up anything you plan anyways. So just have a generalization and go from there and play the rest of it by the seat of your pants. Yeah, so you can find more of me on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thequarantine. I do reviews of board games and occasionally when I have time, video games and just random nerd stuff.